Jemon Jimenez from BPED 4C, and for today's video, I am going to tackle the philosophy of education.
What is philosophy? It is from the Greek word philos means love and sophos means wisdom. Philosophy means love of wisdom. Philosophy is the systematized study of general and fundamental questions such as those about existence, reason, knowledge, values, mind, and language. What is philosophy of education? Philosophy of education is the branch of applied or practical philosophy concerned with the nature and aims of education and the philosophical problems arising from educational theory and practice.
So, by nature, human learn. So, we have here the naturalism. Naturalism comes from the root word nature. So when we say naturalism, it is a belief that nothing exists beyond the natural world. So instead of using supernatural or spiritual explanation, naturalism focus on explanation that comes from the nature. So children by nature automatically triggered perceptions, priorities, values, and others. So children make their first learning through imitation. So as children grow, so the first environment they will see is their environment in the house, in their family. So whatever their families have done or act, the children will imitate in that way. So for example, during eating, so the children saw their parents use their spoon or fork, then they have also used that. And other unnecessary things children seen in their family, in their parents or their siblings, that they will gonna imitate that. And children make their first learning through imitation. So in naturalism, teacher tries to give lots of hands-on training and practical experiences. So it is learning by doing. So the root word of this naturalism is nature, and we have here the humanism. So humanism, we have to do something as a whole. So humanism is a student-centered philosophy that focuses on enhancing one innate goodness, upholds the idea of enhancing individual development. So in our subject here, we have the peace education. So that peace education teaches us to become humane, teaches us to enhance our innate goodness we have, and uphold the ideas of enhancing individual development, because sometimes other people sees someone as bad because of what they have practiced or what they have observed them. But then there are things that through peace education in our subject, it makes us identify or see that person positive impact or positive practices in their lives. So in this humanism, teachers can help students set learning goals at the beginning of the year and then help design pathways for students to reach their goals. So the role of the teacher there is a mere facilitator of the learning process, and it's either and the students will gonna make their ways in order to have success in learning. So next we have the behaviorism. So naturalism, nature, human human learn, and by nature human learn and have something to do as a whole in humanism. And next, behaviorism. This still changes. So, behaviorism is a theory of learning based on the idea that all behavior are acquired through conditioning, and it occurs through interaction with the environment. So an example of behaviorism is when teachers reward their class of a certain student. So if someone of a students have this positive behavior in the class, then if a teacher make a reward or giving reward through candies or any other, so the student will have or will be motivated by practicing that positive way. So also it plays as well the punishments. Next is connectionism by Thorndike. So according to these laws, learning is achieved when an individual is able to form association between a particular stimulus and a response. So constant connectedness gives us opportunities to make choices about our learning. So in this connectionism, it composed of 3 laws. First, the readiness. Second, exercise. And the third one is the effect. So in readiness, the teacher there give a diagnostic exam or test or diagnostic, or it is known as assessment for learning. So when that teacher give that, so he or she identify the weakness of the student, and in that way the teacher will be able to make a strategy or method on how to develop that weaknesses of the student. So next we have the exercise. So exercise. So the teacher make a review in their students to measure their readiness, and that was an exercise. And another example is that like we have here the earthquake drill recently, and that is also under the exercise to measure the readiness. So next, the effect. So the effect and that. And also, there are also 4 laws of Thorndike. Yes, but it was not really. So first we have the primacy. Next, the recency. The impact and the requirement. So accordingly, primacy, your first learning or your first experiences will be unforgettable, or you will gonna remember the first thing happened to your life. The first thing happened in your life, you're gonna cannot forget that. So next we have the recency. Of course, recency, law of recency. Of course, the recent things, the recent topics, the recent happenings in your life will be remembered. So next, the impact. So the impact, even how many years have passed. So if there will be an impact to your life, this will not be forgotten. This will always in your heart, because there is an impact on that thing. And the requirement. Sometimes we cannot learn faster on the specific thing, but if that thing will serve as required, then we will gonna eventually learn that, because we will focus on that thing as it was required. So next we have the idealism. Idealism is your thoughts. So whatever came in your thought, it exists. So it was the belief of idealism. Whatever came in your thought, it really exists. So some example of that is that God We cannot see God, but because you have this thought that God is here, that supernatural is real, then it exists. Idealism, the belief of idealism. So in idealism, it develops. So under the idealism, here it comes the perennialism. The perennialism belief is it is never changing. So never changing, it is a example would be work. So work is important and still applicable in today's generation. Even that work, even that happened long ago, but then if that was an important and applicable in today, so it was called perennialism. So one example is the work of Jose Rizal, the history. So the work of Jose Rizal, his book, The Noli Me Tangere, and the El Filibusterismo. So we have a lot of learning in that. So next is the essentialism. So the essentialism, so from perennialism never changes. Essentialism is the basic. So essentialism is the basic. So in review, essentialism, it doesn't mean that you are intellect. It doesn't matter if you have this intellect and you have a lot of books you have read, but what it matters is the essential, the basic learning that you have. Next, the instrumentalism. So in instrumentalism, so through truth solve problems. Problems, yes, it changes, and the truth solve the problem. Next, we have here the realism. So unlike idealism, realism is senses. So in idealism, it is merely your thought. The thing exists because it has in your thoughts. But in realism, it doesn't exist if that thing is in the thought alone. But in this, to see is to believe in realism. So we have here the existentialism. The keyword of this is the choice. So even if a certain thing exists, but if you choose to not believe in that, then this will be called existentialism. Your choice to be your choice. So let's move forward to pragmatism. So the idealism is merely the thought in which the thing exists, and realism oppose that thought because to see is to believe, or the senses, and the pragmatism, how to use that. So I have here the pilot pen. So the pilot pen. So pragmatism. If I don't know how to use this, so I can make this as hairpin or something. But pragmatism is how to use and practice on that thing. So we have also the progressivism. It was not knowing alone how to practice or use a specific thing, but then there is a development happen in this self-development. So one of the example is that knowing how to use a basketball, the basketball. So if you know that how to use, then there will be an improvement of or development, because there are a lot of skills. There are a lot of skills needed in order to play that ball, in order to shoot that ball, pass the ball, and also the dribbling techniques and other one. So there would be development, self-development, and also it promotes the benefits of the body. So muscular endurance, and you become fit. So there will be a self-development, and knowing how to play that basketball. So next, the utilitarianism. So unlike the progressivism, in which is self-development, but utilitarianism, it involves people. It involves people. So it's greater good for a greater number. So you have introduced, so since you know basketball, so introduce in a certain groups of people. So next we have the social reconstructionism. So social reconstructionism, so from progressivism, self-improvement, so utilitarianism, so greater number of people, so this, and social reconstructionism, so the society will benefit. So from that, playing basketball, it introduces a wide range of people. So in the society, in the community, you have practiced that, then the society will benefit. Aside from the enjoyment it will provide, but it has a lot of benefits in the body, and it promotes peace and unity within the society. That's all. Thank you.